Lloyd Vehicle Consulting. Still not sponsored by Lancaster Insurance. Maybe one day. Good afternoon. Today is the 10th of November and this is part 5 of the slightly shambolic shuffle around the 2023 NEC Classic Motor Show sponsored by Lancaster Insurance. We've been mainly in Hall 2 so far. This is actually Hall 8, this is right the other side of the show. The reason I've come here is because I don't want to have to come back in subsequent days. But also it contains lots of classic Fords, and I know how much you all like classic Fords on the channel, so we'll see as many of those as we possibly can. I do apologise in advance for any incorrect information if I fall over. If it's just terrible, I'm afraid that's just the way that it goes on this channel. So early transit here, sort of pick up on an F registration, so 67, 68. Don't see too many of these really, not in comparison with just kind of standard classic cars of the year. Obviously it's a working truck, so it obviously explains why this one is the short nose. The V6 would have a longer nose, along with engines we can't talk about on the channel, so it'd be a V4 in here. That's in really nice condition. Then we've got much later transit here. It's just a smiley face one. I wonder what engine's in this. Hopefully it's not one we can't talk about. Oh no, we have to skip that one. How about this other Mark 1 here? Interesting kind of design of pickup, this one. Oh, we've got the original sales invoice here. Invoice tax point. That's not very helpful really to viewers. It just says 1771. Yeah. I imagine it's just like a 71 or something. Look at all this sort of stuff at the back down here. I don't think this has the original engine in it anymore. I think we've got some, is that Cliff Richard or something in the background there? The Mark 1 Consul Zephyr and Zodiac Owners Club UK. So this is a Zephyr estate. This will be by like Abbots of Farnham or something, I think, actually, this one. That's right, yeah, 1955 Zephyr by Abbots of Farnham. This is the last surviving Abbots of Farnham estate left in the UK, but one of 9 in the world. I mean, that's interesting, isn't it? Look at that, we've got price lists and photographs and all kinds of things. Wonderful. And we've also got the Zephyr convertible. Call these the EOTA cars, I think, actually. EOTA. These are original Mark 1s. Look at that bonnet ornament there. Consul was the most basic of them, which is this one. Don't see a... Actually, there is a Zodiac here. The Zodiac's over there. This is the Consul, which is the most basic one. Bench seats and all kinds of things, and some attention to the door cards going on. Continental kit on the back of this one. And then here is a Zephyr Zodiac, which is the most luxurious one that they made. Running in, please pass. Lovely, lovely sort of two-tone paint on this one. It's very, very typical of that kind of era. It says 54 on the tax list, so I imagine it's a brown bed. And then a familiar sort of standard sort of show circuit that I'm on, the Ford Cortina Mark II and 1600E Club. Lovely kind of 67, 68 Mark II Cortina here. It's very nice. This looks especially like a 1600E to me, viewers. Again on an F, 67, 68. I think we had a closer look at some of these cars at Bromley Pageant actually. They're all sort of roped off here, which is understandable really. 69 to 70, actually May 71 tax disc, so probably a 70. Mark II, this looks like a Lotus one if it's got the badge at the back. It's been a very custom bespoke car for the Mid Anglia Constabulary. Superb. Ooh, now this is a rare thing, isn't it? So Mark V Cortina, but this one is not a normal one. This is actually a South African one. 83, it's after the Cortina finished production in Europe. It's a very interesting car, so 3 litre Essex in this. Very kind of custom looking, this one. Wheels I think are off like a Sierra possibly, or maybe a Mark III Granada Scorpio. There we go, 3 litre S. A bit more sort of standard would be this 2 litre gear. I have actually driven recently a Mark V Cortina. The video is ready to go, it just hasn't come out yet. 1.6 GL. Curse. I don't remember that. It's very sort of period, that. I think I prefer to have a go in this and the 1.6. I had the variable Venturi carb on it, and those aren't great views, to be honest. So it's 8182, 8182. This one here. Both the kind of sort of green shade. This one has got a 5-speed in it. This one, and it's also a 2 litre gear. So they're both 2 litre gears. This is a 2 litre gear S. You could add the S option pack to quite a few Mark V Cortinas, and it gave you all sorts of other interesting things. One of the things that was these driving lamps, I think. So 79 to 80, that one. The Cortina 80 or Mark V actually came out, I think it was something like July 79, I think they were launched. And some Mark III Cortinas. This one's a Crayford. 72, 73, and this is a car that I've been told was coming here. It's owned by a gentleman by the name of Adrian. It's a 71 GXL, and it's 2 litre. So you've got bits of vinyl roof that needs sort of doing on this. It's not a perfect car by any means. I did have a look at actually his 1.6 GL Mark V last year, but he's brought this one this time. That is exceptionally green. Fantastic. So you're having a look at repairing that vinyl roof at some point in the future. So I'll look inside the Crayford actually whilst we're here. This one's an auto. Not surprised you put a steering wheel lock on this. They're very valuable cars these days. 73 2 litre GT by Crayford. Fabulous. And then we've got a couple more here. Another 2 litre. This is 2000E. Excellent. This is quite a late Mark III then. This will be sort of 1975 or something like that. Let's have a look at the dash and see if it's got the later dash in it. Yeah, it's got the later dash in it. So it's a facelifted one. Again, vinyl roof. Then we've got Mark III Estate here. This is a more basic specification, this one. It's 1.6. Sale £12,000. I think I've seen this car for sale somewhere on the internet. It'd be like a sort of L or something with this front end. Yeah, K plates, so 71, 72. And then let's keep going for more Cortina action. Oh, we've even got Piranha. So we've got this one here, 68, 69. Yeah, registered 69, made 68. Is this like a Savage or something? Yes, it is. It's a Savage. Oh, this is a Piranha. This is a South African made one. There we go. So this is sort of 68 or something like that. This needs a bit of work to it, but look at that. Very, very fast. And then a Lotus Crayford Cortina. So this will be again sort of 68, 69 on a G. And there's the Lotus engine. It's quite a sort of combination of things. You wouldn't sort of just kind of think these days of just making a convertible version of a standard family saloon and dropping some kind of enormously powerful engine in it, really. That's not what people tend to do these days, but amazing. Look at these kind of seat belts and things there as well. Definitely useful things to have. Ford RS Owners Club. So we've got this lovely Sierra Cosworth hatch here, 8687 registration. Even if this is a standard one, it's worth quite a lot of money. If this is a 500, then, you know, just name your price, really. It is a standard one, but that's absolutely fine. I take it this is an RS3100. They're not badged as RS3100s, by the way, which is very confusing. They just say, like, 3 litre GT on them with a big kind of spoiler on the back, but that's quite a late one, so 73, 74 on an M. And then we've got another one here, I think, as well. Yep, this is a 73, or it's registered 74. And as it says on the Your Eyes Only. I'm not going to sing the song views because I suspect I might get in trouble with copyright infringement. But like so many of the Fords in the Ford Hall, absolutely immaculate. We've got another one here. That's 3 of them, in addition to the one I've seen so far at the iconic auction earlier on. Again, 73, 74. Then some Escorts, lots of Mark 1 Escorts. As we know, these are very valuable cars now as well. This one isn't quite as sort of immaculate as a lot of them I see, but that's okay. I quite like seeing cars in all conditions, really, rather than just all immaculate. It's just better that way, really. So it'd be sort of 74, 75 RS2000. There we go. Facelifted Mark 1 1300E. In this sort of typical early 70s colour. So this is a 73. With some rear louvers as well. So another late Mark 1 here. RS2000. Have we got a 5-speed gearbox? Yes, we have. So that has been put in later. I mean, that one's up. Was perfect, isn't it? And we got some more Escorts here. There's a whole row of them. 4 RS2000. So the earlier Mark IIs had this Ford badge at the front like that, and then the later ones had that oval badge. So this is a 76. It's about the same age, this one, as the one that's used in the professionals, but had a T plate, but was actually registered in 1976 on an R. It was P&O 672R. But that's white. Like this one, although this is the later one. This is the sort of facelift. It's not a massive facelift that happened, but facelift one, but dates from 79, 80. This one, very much getting those professionals vibes. The one in the professionals actually had a sunroof fitted at some point early on in the production of the second series. Again, 79 to 80 on the V. This one, Road is particularly proud of it because you've got a mirror underneath, which is good. Oh, okay, so this is a 79. This just looks perfect in every detail, this one. And we got another one here on a T. Signal Orange, again a 79, but earlier 79. Brown interior. Another RS2000 here. 73, 74 on an M. It looks like sort of spearmint green. It's not. It's kind of a nice kind of rich mid-green. It's always funny how things look on camera. Ah, it's an ABO. It's 2100. Interesting. Well restored. Let's have a look at some older ones here. Anglia Super 123E, 1966. We'll let's go around this way. I think it doesn't fall over anything. Oh, it's a very rare Anglia here. This is the non-deluxe version with the little standard grille on it, but it's been modified. It's a 62. I don't think it's got the original Kent engine in it anymore. It's been obviously changed for something a bit more exciting. There we go, Anglia Estate 1966 with the deluxe grille that most of them had. And then this one, latest estate actually, 67, the very last year they made them. Seafoam Blue is the name of that colour. Looks sort of white, doesn't it? Seafoam blue. What colour is this then? It's also seafoam blue. So something's been resprayed at some point. The Anglia Estate to me does actually look very different from the standard one. And that thing at the back there is actually not even an Anglia, it's a Thames, which was the Ford commercial vehicle badge until 1965 when the Transit came out. So 64 it's one of the last Thames badge vehicles. Ford Escort Mexico, 1975, so incredibly late Mark 1. Same year the Mark 2 came out. Obviously the chassis of a Mark 1 is very similar to a Mark 2. Again, that was going up in price as I'm walking around it, of course. And then we've got a Mark 3 Capri. 3 Litre S, 1979. Carla check interior. I think that's had some modification. Look at those triple car on top of there. Carla check. There we go. Yeah. People really do sort of take really pride in their cars around here. Look at another mirror there. Cosworth, which is a sale, £58,000. Is that any good? The only problem is that the person who is selling that hasn't put their telephone number on there, so that might present some problems. There we go. It's a 94. This one has it got the airbag wheel in it? Yeah, it has. It's generally the way to sort of tell some of the later ones with the airbag wheel. HK, was that originally a Ford press car or something? Let's go around these Mark II Cortinas and have a look at the information sheet about this Cosworth. Yeah, there we go. Totally original. It doesn't say. Isn't that funny? The Lotus Cortinas were used by the police, including this one. Red interior on it, that's just quite fast for the time these were. That is a 69 ex Thames Valley Police. Mark 166, quite a late one. And then one that's been going racing. Look at some more Mark 1 Cortinas here on this stand. That'll be one of the earlier ones. But it was still called a console Cortina, sort of 62, 63 maybe. Now this has had, well, some work done. 66 on a D, had a V8 put in it, with an Edelbrock carburettor. 3.9 V8 engine. Remote central locking, reversing camera, reversing lights, DVD system, footwell lights, electric windows, Saab seats in these. Wow. Let's That's a very, very, very different car from when it was produced in 1966. So this is a 62. This is one of the very first Mark 1 Cortinas. It's the earliest English registered Mark 1 that still exists. Isn't that incredible? Lived in London most of his life, near Tottenham football ground. It's a really nice original looking two-door. And we've got this later one, but you see the grills on the early ones and the later ones are quite different. Again, a 66, like a lot of the Mark 1s we've seen. 222,000 miles. So it's a four-door deluxe. Still with a 1.2 engine. All the interior is original. So it smells very well then. Now the Capri Club International always do a very interesting stand, and this year is no exception. They've got some very, very immaculately presented cars, but also some real things. You've got Dirty Dancing. This car presumably was registered the same year Dirty Dancing came out, which was 1987, after Capri production had finished. No, it's actually in 86. Okay, never mind.
Like it?
It's not bad, is it?
I liked it, isn't it?
Yeah. And we've got something that's got Finding Nemo sort of vibes going on, and sort of ABBAs. So 1974 Capri Mark 1 1600. This facelifted one. That is absolutely immaculate. Obviously, yes, Waterloo ABBA came out in 1974. An awful lot of sort of merchandise going on here as well. But there's something that I've heard about, but look at this. CI Fighter Professionals. This episode is long shot with Roger Lloyd Pack. He was one of the worst foreign accents I've ever seen. It was one of the early ones made. I think it was the second one made actually, around sort of July 77. There he is. And we've got this sort of replica of some of the stunts that might have been going on with this Capri 2-litre S. Most of the Capris used in the professionals were 3-litre S's. There was a Capri gear as well. Nimbus Grey is not quite the right colour. The colour would be Strato Silver. This is an 83, so it's a lot later than the ones used in the professionals. The last two VHK 11W, VHK 12W were made in 1981. Professionals, although they finished filming May 81, it wasn't actually broadcast one episode until early 1983. So that does sort of make sense. Yeah, iconic professional situation. The 3-litre S was discontinued in 1984 in favour of the Laser. And then we've got Mark II Black 2-litre John Player Special, which is very nice. I think this is in sort of kind of tribute to the fact that this is a Piranha replica. Piranha, of course, is a South African tuning company. Actually, the name was Basil Green Motors. Piranha was a product. Basil Green Motors was the actual firm. 72. That is extraordinary. That's not been in this country very long. 5-litre V8. Extraordinary. There is there's Basil Green down there. Titan Blue 1982 2-litre gear. So late for a Capri gear. They didn't actually last the Mark III that long into production. I think by 83 they'd gone. This one is manual. You could get an automatic one, of course, as well. There we go. That's the stand that I think all of you have been wanting to see. So let's have a look at some Mark III Zephyrs and Zodiacs. Zephyr 6. Zephyr 4 had a different front end from this. Big old things, aren't they? So we've got the Zodiac that again has a different front end from both the Zephyrs. She's got two of them here. Don't know what year this one is. This one though is in 1964 on a B. See the gold lettering for Zodiac. And before you say yes, I know these were used in Z cars. Actually, the first type of console Zephyr and Zodiac that was used in Z cars, normally the Zephyrs, was a Mark II, because at the beginning of '62, when Z cars started, the Mark II was still in production. Got some friends here on the back. That one on the right's looking forward to some wet weather. Obviously, inside here we don't have any of that. Mark II Zephyr convertible, 1962, so the same year as Z cars started. That is really nice. Painted in Dulux white by hand originally. Interesting. Not the best idea. So this one's a console, so this is a more basic model with a 4-cylinder. It's a 1.7 engine. Flat back console, 1956. So the year that actually these came out was 56. And then we've got a Mark II Zodiac 1960. That's a very bright colour, isn't it? You know, it's typical sort of late 50s, early 60s sort of colours on these. And then a Mark II Zephyr Utility. I imagine this was supplied in Australia originally. So this flat back fin, let's have a look at that. The Zodiac's a bit fancier, but the console's got these tiny little lights on it. Tiny lights in comparison to the Zodiac. Let's move on now to some older Fords. Some Model A owners here. Model A Club of Britain. This one is, it doesn't say. I don't want to guess. 1930, something like that. American car converted to a right-hand drive with a little dicky seat in the back. (1931), built in Atlanta.
The only thing we ran a little bit.
We've got this one as well here. Ooh, Prefect. Prefect was the 4-door, the Anglia was the 2-door. Side valve, so from the kind of mid-50s. And then we've got the Popular, which was made at the same time as that Prefect over there, but it was the previous generation of design, which had been made previously as the Anglia. A lot of people actually learnt to drive and sort of own these as first cars back in the day. Yeah, 70th anniversary, 1953 those came out. This one looks a bit more luxurious. Oh, it's sort of Popular as well. What? Maybe they sort of changed them halfway through or something to make them better, I don't know. Got traffic aids on this one. Tiny, tiny little headlamps. I mean, the driving of those at night must be absolutely terrifying. You can't see anything. That's better, isn't it? This is the Anglia, which was the sort of earlier version. For some reason this has got the larger headlamps on it. This one, does it actually say what year this particular one is? There's the 4-door version as well. It doesn't say. I imagine it's a sort of 53 or something. And then we've got the Prefect here. This is 1951, making a whole 30.1 horsepower. Wonderful. There's also a Prefect in there. Actually, we might sort of go inside and take a look if we can. And here we are. Yep, Prefect with the 4 doors. And that is a 59. It's quite a late one. Got some even earlier ones here. 1934 Ford Model Y Alpine Arrow. Yeah, never seen one like that before. And then this one here looks a lot more conventional, doesn't it? That one looks like a slightly later design. I'm not normally going good on these 30s Fords, really. You know, anything pre-war, I just outside my expertise, but it's nice. Anyway, thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video and comment below, and we shall see you again in part 6 for more incorrect information.